Hello everyone, welcome back. Can you believe it's nearly the end of the year? Wow, what a full year that was. So this is my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, weaving. We're doing some weaving today. Now I have got a little bit of quilt, the Winnie the Pooh quilt that I cut up, and a piece of hanky that was from Christine, and I'm just going to get this little bit of quilt down. I just thought I'd fill in one of the empty spots on my apron up the top here, and I thought even though it's weaving, I thought I'd just make a little bit of a layered look. And I didn't want to go too overboard with the weaving. I don't want to detract from everything else, because I could have probably used a whole heap of different laces, textures and colours, but instead I've just cut or torn a couple of strips from this hanky. But I wanted to keep that little flower in there in the corner. Some of those edgy bits off, so you can see this old quilt. It had some different patterned materials on the back, and then there's a layer of this batting, and then there's this Winnie the Pooh material. Now I'm finally able to work in my garage space. Everything's finished other than the unpacking. I might have said that in the last video. The insulation's on the door. There's some brushes all down around the sides to keep the dust out. And honestly, it is, like, to be honest, it's still a little slight bit dusty, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. I don't feel I'm going to be able to work in here all day and all night because of the dust. It's a bit much. It sort of puffs my nose up. But, however, last night I unpacked another 3 boxes, made a decision about getting the another tall, like a billy bookshelf in here, and replacing just an old filing cabinet, which actually doesn't have anything in it at the moment. And I've got just a little tiny IKEA 2-drawer, like a bedside table. And if I replace those with a billy bookshelf, probably a thin one, but possibly a thicker one, and just put a few more tubs on the shelf, I will find that it's a better storage solution, I think. And I've got this little area. I think this might actually stay as my little area because it's set up now with the camera. And I've got one stool here, and I've got another table and my computer over on the other side, and I've started doing some collage work and, you know, paperwork's over there. So that's set up now. So I'm kind of good to go now, and just, you know, plan out my day a little bit. Bit of work, bit of creative exploration, and unpack a box or 2. Alright, so I've got for my weaving. So I'm actually a bit excited. I feel like I can now get back without all the interruptions. So these are the little bits of torn hanky. Some have still got this little grey edging. Now, I'm not really thinking that this is not a close, perfect weave, but I've added in I've just torn a couple of strips of an old bed sheet or an old pillowcase because it's just got a little bit of colour. So just bringing in a bit of the green and the red. Yeah, so my plan wasn't that it had to be absolutely perfect. So what I think I might do is, all right, so I've got my cotton is there. Okay, so first bit, I might just put some pins in, hold it in place. Just so that so I know where they're going. I'll move them around once I'm working on it. What I want to do is just stitch along this edge to get that first layer down. First things first. The other good exciting news is that the neighbours with the barky dog, which they're very good at bringing him in when he barks. However, it kind of ruins the magic of my little back courtyard. Just every time I go out there to do a little bit of gardening or something, that dog just races out and barks and barks. And I almost had, I must admit, I almost had a last straw the other day. I sat out and I just thought, such a beautiful morning. I want to just sit out and have my cup of tea, just relax a bit out there. And the dog came and started barking. And the difficult thing about that is that then they started to try to placate the dog by throwing the ball, banging it on the fence right next to me. It was almost the last straw. I thought, do I complain to the real estate? Because it is a rental, and I have lost the use of my backyard. I just can't go out there without this happening. It's very annoying, even though they're very good at bringing him in. But anyway, the next day, which was a surprise, the next day they came and knocked on my door, and I was like, what's happening? Right, I'm going to just get this top one here. And they gave me a little jar of, they'd handmade some sugared almonds. They'd done it with, red and green colours, so for Christmas. And they just were giving me a little present and letting me know they're away for 3 weeks. And I'm like, this is my favourite time of year. They've gone away now, So that was yesterday morning, first thing they went away. And now I might, you know what? I'm going to have my cup of tea out there every single morning, unless it's raining, and just enjoy it. Because my courtyard's looking really, it's really lovely now. All right, so this one can go across and that one. So that's, here we've got a under. All right. So let's weave this. Let's check on camera. So this one, take these out. So under, so it went over, under, over, under, over. And I don't even mind that Winnie the Pooh picture is coming through the back, because I'm not being super fussy about it. So this one is going to come out and over. That'll be like that. Right, so that's over. Hang on. That's under, that's over. So that'll go like that. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a bit wibbly wobbly. Oh. Alright, so that's under. Under, that's over. And that's under. So you can see what I'm doing here. Thank goodness we have pins. That's over, under. It's kind of going along the edge of the, I don't know, I'll wait and see, but I'm possibly just going to be leaving some of these ends all raggledy-taggledy because I like it. And there isn't a lot of raggledy-taggledy. Going to try and camphor stitch. I was thinking I was going all this way, but I'm now going this way. What I might do at the end is camphor stitch the other way. So I'll go up and down this way on the struts. Do you want to call them struts? Whatever you want to call them. Get them all down. Now I just said I might not do that, but that pointy little end is kind of annoying me, so it's gone. Snipped him off. Found my little tablecloth, which I like to use. That's good find. Okay. I think I want to pull this just over a bit. And this one. Here we go, on a roll now. yes, the dust still in here. I've wiped everything down, but I can still feel it in the back of my throat. I think what I might do is just pop and get a glass of water, just do a little bit more and come back for the end of this bit. I am using a vintage thread, which is German, I think. J&P Coats, but it says Sucht in Österreich. Sounds German to me. All right, no, I've got to get some water. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I've gone all up and down. Now I'm going across. Just finishing off all my crosses. I'm just getting down these little ends as well. Tucking them under that edge there. Oh, whoops, just stick to myself. Now I'm just going to come back. This is the last row. Just might get the pins out of the way. Just a running stitch along, sometimes going through, sometimes not. I mean right through to the very back. Where these straps are, it is quite thick. So the back has got the strap in here, but it's also got the seam for this lower part as well. So not always going all the way through to the very back. So I can hear the birds outside, so hopefully you can hear them on. I was thinking for a little minute that the new insulation was cutting out. It actually has cut quite a bit of the sound, but I can still hear them. So we have got, what I can hear out there are the crows. The crows are having a good old squawk. Some places they're called ravens. I always call them crows. I do believe that you can tell the difference with their body and their beak. I'll just come in along this edge here. Just to get that down. Very noisy out there today. Can even hear a magpie. That's great, love it. All right, just put this through to the back. Right, let's look at it. There's my little bit of weaving. So There's one more prompt to go, and then I will do a show and tell. Be finished. What a beautiful project. I really enjoyed doing this on an apron. Can't wait to hear what's next. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.